what's going on? Another video. Spiritual Military General at your service. Let's jump right into it. This video, as you can see, is, to be strong enough to be independent and alone. Right? I'm gonna start by saying, in my opinion, in order to be the best teacher, you have to always be a student first. So, when I say that, that could just be from you learning from friends, learning from enemies, or just learning from life situations in general. Everything plays a part in your journey. And over time, you'll realize that most of the time, you need to spend quality time to yourself. Very key in the journey. Very key. So when things in your life go good or bad, just take the time to yourself to think it through. Think about why you're going through it, And I would say most times when you're sitting by yourself, take the time to think about the past. Think about certain situations, why they happened. Think about the present. Think about what you're currently going through, why you're going through it. In the future, you want to stay positive. You want to stay positive, keep your energy in that frequency as far as what's to come at the end of the day. But if you're going to think on it, think positively. So, thinking through that event that you went through, that you're going through, I like to call that, how they say, you got the black and then you got the white, and then there's that middle ground, the gray area. I would say spending time alone is that gray area. That's just my opinion, but that's how I like to think about it. Being alone is that gray area, that middle ground, which can bring you to a point where you can figure things out, where you can plan, and you can have insight on the present, the future, or the past, right? So, most people would say, like, being alone is a bad thing. Most people would try to, tell you, go to therapy, get a therapist. I've said this before. Like I always say, you really don't need therapy. Because I feel like, in my opinion, therapy is just another way to play victim. And have somebody cradle you, right? And you don't want to play victim. You know what I mean? You want to honestly take accountability for, the part you may play in certain things in life. Whether you was in the right or wrong. You know what I mean? Take whatever percentage, whatever little bit of good or bad you did and hold yourself accountable. You know what I mean? But I would say that being alone can only be a bad thing if you close the door. They say in rehab to, when people get deep in thought and they can see it in your face, they will ask you, are you okay? Just checking on you, you know what I mean? You ever want to talk, I'm right here, don't close the door. Meaning, when you're stuck in your head, you're overthinking. Don't close yourself off in a way where you don't talk to anybody. You know what I mean? In this world, it's kind of hard to find people you can actually trust to talk to. But really, you want to leave the door open as far as asking for advice, asking for help, some type of answer, some type of security for yourself. You know what I mean? I like to say, don't give all your information away until you're sure like that person you're actually speaking with has your best interest. But you can never go wrong with asking, leaving the door open to ask, for help, or ask for a certain answer, or ask for certain clarity with certain thoughts and situations that you might be pondering on, right? But at the same time, if you want to know who you can talk to and who you can have conversations with, really you got to get to know people. So with that being said, you have to give a little to get a little. You know what I mean? You gotta give to get. Alright, so you want to know somebody, you want to know if they have your best interest, you got to talk to people. And that's something that I'm realizing, you know what I mean? Because I stay to myself most of the time. I don't talk to people, and I don't even like to try to go out my way. But that's because of something that I'm still working through. And the whole point of, I guess, my journey currently really is to realize, you know what I mean? There's good and there's bad people. But at the end of the day, it says it in the Bible, you know what I mean? Love your enemies, you know what I mean? Do to them as you would want done to yourself, right? So even if, you know what I mean, they strike strike you on the cheek, you turn to the other side and give them the other side to strike as well. Which means, you know what I mean, you don't give them the energy. You have humility and you understand, right? You try to be more understanding and more loving in the situation. So if you really want to know who you can talk to, and if you really want to get to a point where, you know what I mean, it's like certain answers or certain things aren't coming your way, you'll realize sooner or later that you have to talk to people. Like I'm realizing, right? You have to give a little to get a little. And at the end of the day, love and respect goes a long way, no matter how somebody might feel about you. You know what I mean? I've spoken about this before. You don't have to, take on that energy. Sometimes people try to drag you in. You know what I mean? They try to like literally pull you in to like a trap. It's like a trap. You know what I mean? They want you to react in a way, in a negative way, right? But you don't have to do that. Like I said in the Bible, you want to love them and do to them as if you want undone to yourself, right? So, you know what I mean? In the long run, when you do that, people actually open up to you and they come to you with certain information. And I'm currently experiencing this right now, right? Everybody has their own journey. And life is a long journey if you're taking the right steps and going in the right direction. But I'm currently going through that. And, you start to receive. And that's just as far as, if you feel like you need certain questions answered, or you want to talk to somebody, but you're just like me. Most times you're a loner, and you're not really vocal. You can be, you're a nice person, but you've been through certain things. I understand, right? So if that's the case, that's what that's for. You got to get out of that shell. But at the same time, don't be naive. Don't let somebody lead you down the wrong path. You know what I mean? Don't let somebody give you something that they don't like. If somebody got like a little bank situation going on, they trying to, you know what I mean, steal some money, scheme some money. You know how they do, right? Don't do that. You know what I mean? That's going in the wrong direction. But if somebody telling you, yo, I can put you in connection with this person, I can put you in connection with that person, then that's something, you know what I mean? Like as far as just like maybe you need like identification, or maybe you trying to, you know what I mean, get certain things done in your life, right? That's good. That's positive. You want to take that information and be grateful for that person. But you'll never know if you don't get out of that shell. So, you know, give a little to get a little. You ain't got to give up all your information, but you have to have genuine conversation with people. Even if they don't like you, you have to genuinely love them for where they are and love and respect them in the moment. Trust the process in that, because like I said, I'm currently going through it, right? So with that being said, like, nobody can do it alone. You know what I mean? You can trust in your own power. You can understand that you know, have the belief and the knowing that you can do it. Yes, you can, right? But everybody needs somebody. You know, we all connected. At the end of the day, the way the world works, if you want to think logically, we all need somebody. You know what I mean? So, you know, the only thing I can say left that I want to speak on is, like, when you do get this information from somebody, right? Don't let them force the thought that you have to do it. You know what I mean? Like I said, take whatever bits and pieces of the information that you need from them. Be grateful, right? But don't let there be a forced thought like, oh, this is what I have to do. Trust your gut. Trust your gut instinct. Like, if it don't feel right, if something feels sketchy, take your time and see the situation through to the point where you have to pull back. Take your time, right? But if it just seems sketchy in the beginning, you know what I mean? Relax your mind. Don't say, no, I'm not going to do it. Don't cut yourself completely off from it. But don't jump fully, you know, into it. You know? So, you know, being alone is a good thing when it comes to just meditation. A lot of people think meditation is just you cross your, you know what I mean? You cross your legs, you do the thingy, and like, that's the type of meditation where it's like you're trying to have control and a clear mind. But meditation in general is just thought. Like, it's just thought. So at the end of the day, when you're thinking and you're alone while doing so, you don't have distractions. You don't have people constantly coming up to you, talking to you. You don't have people disturbing you. And you'll get a lot of revelations that way. You'll come to a lot of, like, I guess they would call epiphanies. And just, it really helps. So when you're alone, meditate. Don't close the door. As far as when you go around people, you got a question you want to ask, go ahead and ask the question. But take some time to yourself, and don't be afraid to be alone. Don't let nobody make you feel like it's a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing. I spend a lot of time alone when I can. And I can say that, like, with that time, I utilize it very wisely. Don't waste your time when you're alone. You know what I mean? Don't waste your time. Write stuff down. Put stuff in your phone. You know what I mean? Get all the downloads and the information that you're getting and put it down. Make sure you remember it and utilize it for something that you need to, you know what I mean, utilize it for. Or just have it in the storage for remembrance. Come back to it if you feel like something that you need to read over and over again because it's something you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Make sure you meditate and use your time wisely. With that being said, the last thing I always say is, you know, keep positive mindset. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody take the love and the genuinity that you bring to this earth. You know, I always say that. Keep the love and light. Keep it. You know what I mean? So hopefully this hits your channel. If you need it, use it.